Hello, hello. Welcome to episode 24 of Digital ILIAD. We're making an FTL-like in Godot. I'm Dave, as always. Sorry for being a bit late here. I was finishing up my breakfast. But let's see. So yesterday we started working on what I'm calling a cutaway system, which is a way of getting taking vertical slices off of the edges of our tile map, so that we can peer through walls and look further into our tile map. We need to keep working on that because there's a lot of open questions about what that entails and what that means for us. There's also a couple of bugs we found yesterday. So let's see. This is currently kind of how it works. So this also seems a little laggy. Like if you look there, when it takes out that huge chunk of wall, I don't know why that would be laggier than anything else. I guess this is like a, yeah, I don't know. Doesn't feel continuous. Also, A and D don't seem to be working at the moment. Oh, there we go. So if we're at the edge, if we're anywhere near the edge, the other direction doesn't seem to be working, which is interesting. Oh, maybe I'm just not, oh, I see what it is. I don't have a visualization of where we are cutting off, which I probably want. I don't know how that would work, but I think we do want. So the first issue is that we're not compensating for the layers. We're just looking at the tile map tile as it is on screen. So we're not compensating for the verticality. Also, we need to get our doors to become part of the tile map, which the issue with that is that the doors are nodes that take up 2 tiles. So if I want to be able to deal with that, I think what we need to do is split the door up into 2 separate pieces. I think that's how we deal with that, which is a little weird. There are definitely going to be problems with doing it that way, but I think that's what we're going to need to do for doors, for at least blast doors like this specifically. I think we're going to need to break them up into 2 separate objects, which shouldn't be too hard. Like, they definitely are 2 separate objects for most of their animation, you know? So we might do that now, just so we can make the doors part of the tile map. I guess we could do that now. What are we going to call the 2 separate pieces? I guess we could call it the upper and the lower segment, and we could be talking about, like, this is the upper segment, this is the lower segment. I guess we could do it that way. It's gonna be kind of a pain. Let's see how we're gonna do that. Where is the blast door? Would be a good question. Blast door dynamic. Probably rename that like blast door combined or something like that. So what's the easiest way to deal with this? I guess we'll just, let's count it first. So So it's at least this big. Or it's at least this big. That's 40 by 34. What's this? Oh no. That's 32 by 32. So what's this? 32 by 28. Let's just make it 32 by 32. That seems like that will work for both pieces. And it will have the benefit of being, you know, the right size for the computer. It'll be a happy size for the computer. We're gonna need to like either redraw this or flip this the other way because of lighting. The lighting is baked in, but let's not worry about that right now. (32 by 32). I need to start doing these as indexed. I've been doing these as RGB. I really need to do these as indexed, but if I do them as indexed, I need to redo my color palette a little bit. I need to put the black up top for, or not the black. I need something up. I need the transparent color up top. I'll deal with that. We'll deal with that later, but that is something we want to do before we get too far along here, just so I can change colors maybe without having problems. I don't know. It seems like a good idea. Okay, so here's one. Let's get our palette. Get the high saturation palette so we can get the yellows, although we shouldn't actually need these. But let's call this blast door. Should I call this like, should I use underscores for this? Blast door lower segment. This in the right folder here. I'm kind of lazy about underscores versus spaces. I should try to be consistent. Yeah, right now we're doing spaces, but I should get in the habit of using underscores. Or just pick one, I guess. That's what I should do. But I feel like underscores is a little safer. It's one of those things I feel, but I don't totally remember why. Okay, so let's just grab the whole thing. Fix it later. Now we gotta erase. Oops. A little tedious. So apologies. This is like not the most interesting thing to watch here. Question of who owns what as far as this upper section here. Why is that just 3? What does this look like over time? Let's just focus on the bottom right now. Okay, so the bottom owns oh, it doesn't own quite as much as the top. Maybe it owns this. We can give it quite a bit of this for frame 1. I guess it doesn't really matter. But if we're looking at it strictly, I'll give it this chunk and this chunk, just for no reason. Get rid of the rest of this. Really doesn't matter. Looks a little weird, if anything, but it's fine. Get a new frame. Get a new empty frame. Oh, why did that not work? Oh god, what's happening? It's weird. Leaving the selection area seemed to mess it up. There we go. Chill guitar station kind of morning, I think. Clean this up now. Oh, it's capturing the whole frame when I do that. I have to redefine it. Click that. Yeah, okay. That's what's happening. I forgot that you kind of... Ah, but it messed it up over here. Why is it doing that? Maybe that's just a visual artifact, but it's hard to see, but it keeps clearing what's going on here. Weird. It's weird. Should be easier to do now. Why does it look like this? Why did I decide to have this chunk missing? Feels weird, you know? For this not to be a solid pixel here. Why did I do it that way? Oh, because we're moving along the outline. So on certain frames it looks like that. I see. That's okay. This is a little awkward, but I guess there's a reason for that. Could we have an outline here? I'm just thinking how this will read if it's by itself. It's kind of inconsistent, and it's like it's this chunk of gray that has no outline. Like if we're hiding part of the door. Well, we can look at that later. See how we think about it when we're actually using it. Oh, F. Yeah, why does it keep doing that? Yeah, what is that? Oh, I think it's maybe predicting that I might do something with that? I don't know. Just make sure we aren't making any changes to that file. Okay, this should be the second half of doing this should be a lot quicker. We can probably get this to be bigger. Oops, didn't want to save that. I don't think we actually made any changes. We'll double check to make sure. What is this? Shortcut? W? Okay. This a new empty frame is Alt B. I'll try to get faster. Try to learn my hotkeys here. Are we on? 12? Okay. Alright, we're doing it. Oh, I could be using the magic wand tool to make this a little easier. Instead of using the regular marquee tool. Alright, well this should be the lower section. And it is. Alright. Make sure we didn't mess this one up. Doesn't look like we did. I still don't love this transition. Maybe this block should be black. That looks a little weird, but it's like consistent. It's consistent and it might look a little better. So that would mean doing this. That would be more consistent. It's a little weird because it really shouldn't be here. A little weird how I've decided how to do that. I don't think that's super consistent. We'll fix that later. All right, let's make another one. Hey, Enamoth. How's it going? What we're doing right now is we're splitting the blast door into two separate pieces. So like here's the lower piece, and I'm about to copy out the upper piece. And we're doing this because I want to put the doors as part of the tile map, but we don't really have support for tiles that take up more than one, or objects that take up more than one tile, if they're going to be part of the tile map, which I think doors should be. I don't think everything needs to be, but I think doors should be, and so we're just going to refactor this door to be two pieces. Which I think would be kind of cool, because if we get a tile painting system up, we could have arbitrarily sized doors. Like if I paint a single door tile, it'll just render the single door, or it'll just show the single door, but if I do two across, it'll swap it out with the double door. I think that's kind of fun, and then eventually maybe I'll make a triple door or something, or a taller door. I don't know how we would support a taller door, but that part might need to be manually placed. But yeah, just a small thing to start out today. Anyway, how's it going with you? So I'll also make it easy to animate a malfunction indoors. Yeah, for sure. Malfunctioning doors are definitely a must. Like, I really enjoy watching all of the... Oh, we need to do this a little differently here. That's fine. We'll go back and fix this. But yeah, I always love watching all the Star Trek door malfunctioning bloopers. That always tickles me. Kind of tired of work. Thursday and Friday you don't work, so it's not that bad. Oh, nice. Very nice. Yeah, I feel like the amount of extra work that you have to do to be able to take time off, though, is like always kind of ridiculous. Like, just to be able to take a week off of work over GDC, I had to put in so much extra work. I had to definitely put in more than a week worth of extra work just to be able to take a week off. So I have like mixed opinions about about holidays, unless they're like written into the schedule or something. I don't know. I haven't seen a way of like. I guess taking intermittent time off is the problem. If it's like planned for, it's like fine. Yeah, I always joke that whenever there's like a holiday Monday or something like that, I end up just working the next Saturday. Which isn't exactly a joke because it's like true. You're not sure what kind of job I have. I do like HR backend stuff. So a lot of like compliance related things. And it's for like a medium-sized company, so it's like enough people that it's like quite a bit of work, but we're not such a big company that we have like the really expensive vendors and solutions for everything. So there's a lot of custom solutions. Since it's a lot of custom solutions, it's like not a lot of people on our team know how they work. HR? Oh, sorry, like human resources. So like I deal with like labor laws, compliance, you know, protected leaves, stuff like that. Workers' comp. Lots of different boring stuff. Onboarding, offboarding, all that stuff, all the really boring side of employing people. And I'm in California, so like outside of Europe, we probably have the most complex labor laws and stuff to keep track of. What's going on? 13, okay. Oops. Enjoying this. This sounds like Dorothy Ashby or something. It sounds like jazz harp. It's really good. Gonna like that song. Almost done. Sure that dealing with people is even harder than this programming thing. I am lucky in that I get to do back-end stuff mostly. So there's other members of my team that usually do more like the employee relations stuff. So I don't have to do a lot of the sticky HR stuff that people are usually hearing about. My job is more systems oriented, which is very nice. So the most I have to do is like help people to use the systems and understand the systems. Okay, so we just have to fill in now this gap because we're revealing this thing and we basically need to copy this part back out. Yeah, this should be easy. We just need to grab this part. Yesterday they deposit your salary and you feel like there's something wrong with the numbers. Oh, well, you would know, being an accountant and everything. But that's concerning. That's always concerning. Payroll processing day is always one of my busiest days of the week for sure. Or, you know, bi-weekly cycle or whatever. Oops, not that one. This one. How's this one gonna fit? I guess it fits the same as anything else. Okay. And next week you're gonna bother someone in HR. That is always the way to go. So we need to fix this a little bit. We know one of these here. And we just need to paint back in the shadow. You got any fun plans for the long holiday weekend then? Just this last one now. And this one is probably easier to draw by hand because I just need to add the edges, looks like. That should be it. Still not necessarily happy with the initial state for the lower side. I feel like there should be an outline here. Oh, you're gonna go maybe visit your brother that lives far from here? Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, I think I'm also gonna try to visit family over the weekend. Oh, but it's also your friend's birthday? Choices. Alright, let's close this without saving. I don't know what I might have done to that file, but... Alright, let's export this. Let's get these sprite sheets out of here. How we want to do this? Like, packed? Should be fine. Nice. That should be fine. Same thing with this. Packed. Get that file out of here. All right. Okay, we got our segments. Let's get them in the engine here. So let's grab our tile set resource here. And then let's add. So we got deck combo, we got wall sections, single wall sections, double. I'm not sure about this wall sections double thing. I guess I want to support. I guess we'll keep it because I want to be able to support multiple layers. Or layers that are, you know, taller than single layers. I just think that's going to be a little hard to deal with. Actually, I guess that should be fine because we always peel away from the top. Like if we skim off the top, we'll see everything underneath. So yeah, that should be fine. Because if we're using the double section, the double tall wall will belong to the layer beneath it. So that's okay. Okay, so let's add, we'll call these, it's a scenes. It's going to be a scenes collection. It's going to be doors. We'll add our various doors. We can start by grabbing our single doors. Door x-axis, door y-axis. Why is this ID 1 and 2? Why isn't it ID 0? We use ID 0 for stuff, right? It defaulted it to 1. I don't know why it did that. That's fine. Okay, so we need to build some new, or we need to change. We need to make some scenes for this. Blast door. I think we'll need to rename the doors, like single door, double door. I think that's how we're gonna have to do this. Triple door, you know. Single door, x-axis. Which is a shame. I do like the blast door nomenclature, but you know, they're pretty much all blast doors. They're all really super thick doors. Single door, y-axis. Alright, new scene. Actually, let's just work from these. No, new scene. Double door, x-axis, upper. I'll start with the lower. Doesn't really matter what we start with, but let's do the lower. It's gonna need a collision polygon. I think I might be overdoing it with the collision polygons. I feel like I could just use square collision shapes and it really wouldn't matter. Let's try that. See if that's good enough. I don't know what the performance cost of a collision polygon versus like a primitive, but I assume it's like significant, or it can be, I guess. It might not be meaningful. Oh, so this can't be a node 2D. This needs to be an area 2D. doing for the doors, right? Yep. Get an animated sprite in here. Our new sprite frames. Where are our sprite frames? Sprites, sprite frames. Rename this folder. Oh, I was renaming the sprite itself. Oops. Sprite frames. We'll call this single door. Single door, open, close. Single door, open, close. And we want a new sprite frames here. Where does this live? Oh, I can just save it. Save as double door up, double door lower, open, close. Grab this. Oh, let's rename this. It's actually close open, not open close. Yeah, because its default state is closed, right? I guess we could just call it open then, couldn't we? So when you play the sprite frame animation, it opens. Sorry, my partner is sick and my noise cancellation is not totally getting rid of it. Are there going to be enemies inside the ship? Almost certainly. And by almost certainly, I mean, like, as certain as I can be of anything. I think that's going to be really cool. I think shipboard combat is going to be really awesome. That's like a key tenet of like FTL, right? All right, let's grab our blast door lower segment. It's 5 by 4. Grab them all. Oh, except 19. All right, now we just gotta get the offset to be correct. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm using NVIDIA Broadcast, which is like, it's advertised as being really good at detecting and eliminating non-human voices, but that's about all it can do. So I should maybe have a second one or try something else that's just like traditional noise gate. I don't know. Nope. -8. -16. Yeah, like that. Collision shape. So yeah, what are we thinking for this collision shape? This is probably fine, right? It became an issue. We could do something about it. Double door, x-axis, x-axis, lower. Okay, let's do the upper. Grab this, our area 2D. Collision circle be better here. Maybe. Maybe not. I actually kind of like this because it should catch. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it matters because of the way the lower door segment is going to overlap with the upper door segment. Double door upper open. And then this one's offset would be... No, not quite. I wonder if we want to like retract the collision shape as we play the animation. Probably not. Do not repeat. Play it backwards to close. I don't love that. Alright, cool. That one works. So this is the y-axis door. Not the x-axis door. I named this wrong. Now I just need to copy these and make the x-axis version, which is just like flipped. Can I duplicate a scene asset? Yes, I can. We just flip this and redo the offset. And move the collider. It doesn't totally work because it's like mirroring the lighting, but why is the collision ship offset? Okay, let me grab the collision, please. I don't like this. I don't like how hard it is to... There we go. It was like a half pixel off. What was up with that? Yeah, I don't think flip H is like the way to do this. I think we'll eventually have to redraw, or not redraw, but you know, redraw the light. Do different versions that have the lighting coming from different directions. But we'll see, maybe we won't do that. What just happened? Why did this close? Oh, I saved it, okay. Duplicate is Control D, obviously. Let me double check the sprite frames here. Don't want it to repeat. You know, we might eventually need to split the single door. I mean, we'd have it within the same scene, but I'm thinking of like having a character pass through the door. We need them to pass behind the front section and behind the back section. Or no, yeah, whatever. Not that way, but, you know, behind the front section and in front of the back section. That's what I meant to say. Like... So we might need to split these two, but I invoke our rallying cry of let's not worry about that right now. You know, regular Sprite 2D has frame fields. I feel like I'm not playing an animation, I'm just like picking a frame. I probably don't even need animated Sprite 2D, but for actual sequential animations, this seems really nice. And I guess I realize now that animation player is for if you want to control additional parameters beyond just the frame. I see that now. I was using Animation Player for like everything. But I get that I only want to use that if I need to control additional parameters, which Animation Player is super powerful for. Like, you can invoke code, you can interpolate whatever you want. Oh, you're sure there's a way to mask those frames? You're probably right. Alright, let's replace these doors. One of them has disappeared. Why have you disappeared? Weird. Yeah, let's get rid of these. I don't like this delete related animation tracks. Don't understand. I guess it's if there were embedded animation tracks. Like if these didn't inherit from a scene. I mean, I could just uncheck that box, but I feel like I shouldn't need to do that. Like, yeah, the sprite frames are still here. I guess maybe as soon as I start messing with one of the children, like the animated sprite, it like is no longer just purely inherited from the scene. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Oh well, let's get this. So we got single door, single door. This is blue. The thumbnail selection is kind of weird. Yeah, why is that? Oh, because something happened when I was fiddling around with the... There we go. Back now? Sort of. Yeah, the thumbnail choice is weird. It's bizarre. But who cares? So now we just need to mess around with something? Nothing? Is this just gonna work? I feel like we need to change some things here. Oh, we can't set things like... I guess we shouldn't need to set texture offset. We should be doing that in the scene itself. So let's hope this all works. Not really? Kind of weird. Oh, I need to attach the floor. I see. I need to add a floor underneath. Oh god, okay. That's not ideal. Or I just make a separate layer, which I don't want to do. I mean, I guess that's the simplest way to do it. I just don't want like tons of layers. But I guess that would be the way to do it. Yeah, I guess we have to do it that way, huh? We're gonna need a lot more layers. I don't know what the layer limit is, but it's probably like a ton. More than we'd ever need. Okay. We're not going to do it now. And by now, I mean we're not going to mess with our existing tile map. Because I'm going to need to redo all of these layers. And that will kind of mess up. That will kind of mess up everything. I should also maybe spend a moment to think about what we actually want on the tile map, like how much we want on the tile map. I think there's value in like potentially putting a lot of stuff on the tile map. I mean, doors we want for sure. I don't know if we want crew members to actually be on the tile map. Probably not. But maybe. I don't know. I have to think about that. Probably not, though. No, that's stupid. Never mind. Ignore that I said that. But yeah, to get the doors in here right now, I would need to draw... Well, for one thing, this offset is wrong. But it's the offset that I want for Y sorting purposes, I'm pretty sure. Let's turn off the visibility of all of these collision shapes. Don't need to see those. I'm pretty sure I can just turn the visibility of collision shapes off in the camera here. Is that something right? Feel like that's in here somewhere. Maybe it's a property of the camera. I don't know. Property of the view? Property of something, I'm sure. Not sure where. Gizmo? Oh, maybe it's a 3D thing. Maybe that's what I was looking at. Whatever. Easiest thing to do is just turn the collision polygon visibility off. That's where it would sit if I just place the node. Let's see what it looks like if I try to place it as a, what is this? This is the x-axis lower. Yeah, it's not right. Let's mess with that a little bit. What are we looking at? X-axis lower. So according to this, it should be up by 4. Be up and over by 4. Let's try that. Or oh, maybe that's too far. Let's see. Nope, that's wrong. Oh, that's way too far. Oh, maybe the Y was correct and I just needed to change the X. Honesty. Hello. I'm not sure how we emphasize your name. Or it's Honesty or Vonasty or what you would prefer. Still a little off. We are messing around with tile maps and door segments. Oh, you have the stream unit. No worries. I was just asking how your name is emphasized, whether it's like Vonasty or like Vonasty or VO Nasty. Not really sure. But welcome to the stream. Hello. We're working on a little FTL-like in Godot. We're working on making something like a nice little starship management game, like FTL style, using an isometric 2D presentation. Kind of just fiddling. Yeah, I think it's a 0 as well. So maybe it's V0 Nasty. Honesty or Nasty, okay. Yeah, welcome. We're just trying to incorporate some stuff into our tile map. So we're fiddling around with door segments. We kind of took our combined blast door and split it up into each of its segments. So now we're just recalculating the offsets and stuff. Just trying to get it to work right. Like an early access, like V0. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Anyway, how's it going? Damn, the animation looks kind of good. Thank you very much. This is my first foray into pixel art. I think I'm starting to get the hang of like inanimate objects. Still not feeling like super confident about, you know, characters. But we're still learning. So I really appreciate you saying that. We've been working on some stuff. We're running into some issues with let me show you. We've been trying to address some potential, like I'm not rendering the walls here, the foreground walls, but I need to add in the foreground walls and then test our... We're kind of working on how to best get visibility through a tile map. So yesterday we were like working on like a way of peeling back the walls of the tile map thing. We need to get back to that, but I got myself distracted. Just so I can hide walls. This is our fun little test map we drew. You are working on a GUI library in C right now. Oh, nice. That is some real programming. Okay, let's try to place this again on the tile map and get it in the same spot. This is x-axis lower. So it's off by 1, does look like it. That's weird. So it needs to be, oh, I made it -17. Oh no, that one's -17. Where's this one? one's minus 12. Does it really need to be minus 11? Or maybe minus 13? Kind of weird, but I'll take it. Kind of suspicious. Oh, that's it, huh? Okay, ignore the weird artifacts, but that is correct. Then if I put the axis upper segment here, we also need to fiddle with that. X-axis lower, so that's the right offset, at least for use with the tile map. It's interesting. But you suck at it. No, certainly not. So we don't make mistakes. We just have happy accidents, right? Alright, so what do I think is the problem with the axis upper offset? It looks like it is... Let me place a node version of it so that I can compare. So it should be... Okay, it's not going to render correctly. We'll just change this one Z index. Oh, why did that just make it total? Oh, I get it. So let's not do that. Let's change. Let's replace this with a floor panel. Sorry, we're doing some really messy testing here. Like, does not look good. Let's lower this one's index. Oh, no, increase it. That's what we want to do. That way this one will render correctly behind it. Okay, so it should be here, but it looks like this version is over by 4. So this one is not this one. This one is this one. So we need it to be -4 instead, maybe? You have to make, in one library, 3 different ones, depending on the performance. The first has to run in absolutely shit hardware, like a Raspberry Pi. And the 2 other can be more complex. That's amazing. What kind of project are you... Is it just easier to write that all in one library and not write like more... Are you writing this just to write it, or do you have like a project that has those like platforms as the targets? Okay, well, except for the weird Z indexing that's happening, this looks moderately correct. Okay, so that's also 2 tiles too high up. Maybe just 1. Okay, so this needs to be -13 as well. I'm a little concerned. Oh, this one needs to be -11. It needs to go the other way. Linux distro. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, I could see that being challenging. Is this still too high up? No. Where's the problem then? Oh, it was with that. So if we hide this... So that's a little weird. So I need to change this one's sprite a little bit. I need to add a couple more gray pieces here. That should do it. What? Yeah, we do want to overwrite it. There we go. Cleaned up that couple of pixels. You want the installation. You want that the installation looks really good and not like 1999 software installation, you know? But it's hard because you can't just the whole PC power to render the UI. True. Or at least you certainly shouldn't. Okay, so it looks like we've got the door offsets correct for the x-axis. Let's do the y-axis real quick. So it's there and there, so it should then be it looks like it should be in 4 and up 3. Okay. In 4 and up 3. So no, that's the wrong way. And then the same with this one. This one should be in 4 and up 2. Consistent? No, just up 1, not up 2. I don't like that those aren't like that those are like odd numbers. It makes me a little concerned, but probably correct. Okay, well that part's done. I think what I want to do next is oh, thank you for the follow, Honesty. Really appreciate it. That's cool. So GUI library, that's really interesting. I haven't messed around with Godot GUI very much. I know it's like completely separate to the 2D stuff, because unlike, let's get rid of that 3D, or, oh, I want it to show me control. So control, is like totally separate. That's like the base class for all GUI controls. It is totally different than Node2D. Here we go. We finally got it. So like Node2D and control both inherit from canvas item, but they each implement their transforms totally separately. Like they don't inherit from a base class in terms of like transforms. And I think that's like, I was troubleshooting with another dev, and he was running into some crazy weird offsetting problems trying to intermix Node 2D and control, like just because their implementations are totally separate. So not looking forward to, I know the control class and all of its children are like kind of hard to wrangle sometimes, so not super looking forward to doing the GUI stuff, but it seems good. What I do need to do, because we're forcing a 640 by 360 viewport, like we're forcing like a really low resolution viewport, I think I actually need to make that the sub viewport and have the game as a sub viewport so that I can have the UI at native resolution. I was thinking about that the other day. If I want to use like real fonts and stuff, I think I'm going to need to do that. But Godot makes it really easy to do that. So the next thing I wanted to look at today, because we got about 20-30 more minutes, probably about 30 more minutes. Right now, this is just using the raw tile map position. It's not accounting for the fact that there is an offset every time you step up. Like this layer, like each upper layer is offset from the base layer, or however you want to think about it. You need to pick something like I guess I need to pick which one I want to make it relative to anyway. But we have to pick an origin, and we have to, because right now it's... Oh, there's also this weird glitch where we're missing tiles sometimes, like those two right there. Like, I don't know why that happens. It doesn't happen consistently. And it only seems to happen when it's erasing, not when it's... I think that might be a side effect of running it in process, like maybe... I don't know. Because we're doing... Yeah, I can't get it to do it consistently, and that's a really annoying part for me. If I could just get it to consistently miss tile stuff, maybe one thing. Like, I'm doing it over and over again here, and I'm not able to get... There's one. So I don't know why that's there. I think I have an idea. Let's look at the code. Which is really primitive code here, and it's not this code. Tile map cutaway. So what we're doing, we're saying, so we're going through each tile cell in the map. We're saying if the tile cell is greater than the cutaway coordinates along either axis, and if it's not in that, oh, maybe this line is wrong. Maybe it... Because what we're doing, we're cleaning up in two steps. The first step, we're marking this as false, so that down here in our use tile data runtime, false for us doesn't actually determine whether we update the tile, it determines its modulation here, either transparent if it's marked as true, or full color if it's not. So I think we're running into a problem where if the cutaway, so if we need to recolor it, if it's transparent and we need to recolor it, we mark it as false. But if it's in this dictionary but we've already recolored it, then we delete it. So I think we're running into a problem where if this is marked as false, but then, like, if we're rapidly going back and forth, I think we're missing it sometimes. So I think instead of this, if not cutaway tiles.has, I think we just want if not cutaway tiles. This way, whether it exists or is false. So if it either doesn't, I think this is the same language here. So I think if cutaway tiles doesn't have tile cell, we'll both add it and mark it true. And I think if it's false, we'll just mark it true. I admittedly think we're being a little messy here by using a dictionary whose values are booleans, but I don't know. That might totally break it, and I'm not correctly envision. Oh, nope. Okay, so I totally broke it. So we need to do both, actually. So we can't actually do that. So first we'll need to check if it has it. So just say else if. So we'll also check to see if it's false. And then if it is that, okay, that should clean that up, or that should account for both cases, maybe? We'll see. We'll see if those ghost tiles stop showing up. Kind of a hard thing to check for because it happens so rarely. This is the easy part anyway. After this, we're going to need to do tile map rotations. That is going to be something. We also maybe only want to... Like, we're manually not drawing. I basically need to draw a new tile map that has the walls in place. We might want this to be multi-part so we can use this kind of peeling system to peel back the back walls. And then the front walls will be transparent by default. The foreground walls here, which aren't showing, they'll exist, but we'll just do the same thing here. We'll just modulate for whatever given camera rotation. The front walls will be transparent by default. We probably don't want this peeling back to affect floor tiles. Probably only want it to affect walls. Because this tile map drawing here is a really bad example, because this is we designed this to like not have any overlap. So I should draw up a tile map that is a better test bed of this. I just like this one. I think it's fun. But it's also like really primitive and highly constricted, which is why we're not going with this style of this kind of terraced level design style, where we're afraid to obfuscate anything. Just because our tile walls are like obfuscate significant amounts of terrain behind it, but okay. Well, that's one more argument for having the walls and floors on separate layers. So maybe what we're going to do tomorrow actually is just draw up a new tile map. I'll try to design one tonight. Sketch one up real quick. That will be an adequate test for this. But right now, let's just think a little more about offsets, about handling the layer offset. So for example, this tile, which is -13, -12, is the same, is actually the same, is supposed to be the same XY position as this tile, which on the tile map is -8, -7. Because it's the same across, it's just up one layer, which we're using Z as up because that's the vector that remains to us. So we just need a simple so it's 5. So because the tile map doesn't know about this third dimension of ours, we need a, depending on which one we decide is the canonical representation, which I'm tempted to say the bottom most layer is going to be the origin, but we could make a layer in the middle be the origin. We should actually probably I don't know. I think it depends. I think it's totally arbitrary and we kind of just have to set it for ourselves, but I think we'll pick one layer to be the canonically like origin layer. And we'll just go from there. One thing we do need to deal with is the fact that these tile maps are offset by 1. In this case, along the x-axis. Like, this is the position transform, but it's not the tile map origin. It's -1, 0. This is 0, 0. And as far as I can tell, the only way to fix this would be to offset the tile map position itself, which I think is what we're going to need to do. I'm just hoping that map to local and local to map both understand the position of the tile map and actually use that when telling me, when making those local to map or map to local calculations. Because I really need this 0, 0 tile to be centered on the world origin if we're going to be doing tile map rotation. Like, it'll be a lot more straightforward. This is, again, not a good tile map to test that on. So, yeah, I think we're going to need to make a whole nother tile map next time. I mean, I could also just maybe grab one of our other tile maps, like this one or something. Or like this one. I don't know. This one looks messed up. Why is this one messed up? Oh, that's just a trick of perspective. We'll need to do something, though. What we should do, since we're here, is we should see what the maximum, like, what is the maximum amount of space that we have to work with? I think the best example of that is this one. Which, how far across is this? It's 18 tiles across. So if we were just stacking this layer on top of itself, I think we would find that this is about the working space that we have. About 18 by 18 tiles. It's actually maybe a little too much because I really don't want to run right up against the edge here. Although, I don't know, maybe we don't care about that, because my presumption is that we want the whole ship. Like, you can see the thin outline of the camera here. My presumption is that we want to be able to see the whole ship the whole time. But maybe that's an incorrect assumption. I'm tempted to say that it is correct, because if we keep the camera centered, then when we rotate the whole ship, it will still make sense. Whereas if we zoom in on like part of the level and then rotate the whole ship without moving the camera, it will be really confusing. We'd have to also, like, if we rotated the ship 90 degrees, we would also need to move the camera over. Like, if we were rotating this clockwise and this segment moved over, we would need to move the camera with it so that you don't get, like, disoriented. Maybe we'll allow the player to zoom into parts of the ship. I don't know. But there is still parts of the screen. Like, I think I'm using too much of the screen space on the ship. I think I want to leave a little bit bigger margins here. So I need to calculate how much space I have to work with. But I think that'll be fine, because like FTL ships are small. Like let's look at some FTL ships. They're small, but they're also interesting. Like, where's just a picture of, like, yeah. I want a good high-res picture. This is decent. No, it's not. What's the best way to get larger file sizes? Here we go. Size, large. Give me the biggest. Here we go. 1080p. That's pretty good. Is that the biggest we can get? Yeah, it looks like it. This is on Steam. Maybe I should just be bringing up Steam. Here we go. Yeah, these ships are small. Why are all of the other screenshots small? Okay, they're not all this small. Okay, this'll do. Like, this is 6 across. So the Kestrel is 15 tiles long and 6 tiles across. And it's flat and it's 2D, so that's like the whole game board. If we're working in 3D, we have 18 by 18 by 4, I don't know, or 5. That's huge. Like, the combinatorics of that is like, that is much bigger than 15 by 16. Because for one thing, it's a volume, and for another, it's like bigger than this, so I might not actually want to get that crazy. So 18 might actually be too large. Maybe we'll say we have 16 by 16 by 4 or more. I think having too many layers could be a problem. I think something like 4 or so, 4 odd, not odd, but you know, 4 or so layers is probably about the max of what we want anyway. So yeah, so that's already like a much bigger ship than any FTL ship. I'm a little concerned about complexity of reasoning about that space, especially if you can't see all of it at once. It might not actually be fun. We might end up with like a 3D chess situation on our hands where it's like, it looks cool, but like, it's actually kind of a pain to reason about. And it's actually not that, you know, 3D chess didn't, you know, take off. But we'll see. I think that's a good starting point. So let's assume, which I think is a fairly safe assumption. Let's not assume. Let's mess around. Let's add a new tile map. Call it our compact ship design. Compact in that it's not terraced or separated out or anything. It's just going to be as dense a design as we can do, kind of just as a test. So let's assign, not a new tile set. We want an existing tile set. We want our ship tile set. I'm gonna call this base. Well, that's the base layer. It actually really doesn't matter what we do in terms of layering because we're just drawing. We're just kind of seeing what kind of space we have to work with here. So let's offset this for one thing. This needs to be offset. So looking at this, so it needs to be -16. Its x offset needs to be -16, and its y offset is going to need to be -4, which makes sense. That's half a tile width and height. So let's do that. So let's say rendering quadrants. That matters for what we're talking about here. What if we change this? What does tile offset access do for us? Does it make this 0 -1? No, it doesn't. It seemingly doesn't do anything. I'm sure it does something, but I don't know what. So we're going to stick with diamond down, isometric, tile size, all of that's right. And that's shared anyway. Get rid of this custom data layer. We don't use it. What are you complaining about? Y sort. Okay, we need Y sorting enabled for everything. Okay, let's just draw something out and see. So let's see what the maximum volume is we have to work with here. Oh, we still need to offset the transforms. Okay, so now the 0, 0 tile corresponds with the 0, 0 world origin. So all that means for us is that when we are getting positions, we need to be getting global positions. Anytime we're getting a child of the tile map, we need to be getting global positions. Not regular positions. Or we just need to account for the offset of the tile map, which is fine. I don't know why it works that way. I feel like there must be a good reason why the origin of the tile map is not its 0, 0 tile. I wonder if that holds true for like a regular tile, like a square tile map. I have never used their square tile maps. I dove straight into isometric. All right, let's see what space we have to work with here. So this is 16 by 16. Let's put some walls in. the wall that I want? Oh, I want this one. Except here, I want this one. Not that one. I want this one? Yeah. I need another wall tile that's just dark. I need to see if I need all of these, because they're kind of perfect right now in terms of, you know, they take up an exact, like a really nice packed sprite sheet. But I really need one that's like entirely an interior wall that has no exposed sides. Kind of need one of those. Just a little more pleasant to look at. Oh, so actually I should be putting... Oh, I do need a whole nother set of walls, because I need a set of walls that look the other way. Like, I don't have a way of drawing foreground walls yet. Okay, I guess I just need to expand my wall sprite sheet either way. It's fine. We're not going to worry about it for now. Since right now we're just looking to see how much space we can reasonably use. So I think I like the margins here on the edge. It's like 1.5 tiles. I like it better than the margins we were using with this design, which was like right up against the edge, because we still need to show we still need to be able to show the exterior of the ship, so we need to leave some more margins. But anyway, this is a 16 by 16 grid. So let's make another layer. I'll actually call this first layer. Let's make a second layer. So we'll go from the ground up is what we'll do. I'll actually copy this over. And we'll raise the z-index. So we're just seeing what the maximum usable volume is. DiDNSG, how's it going? You ask, do you think Godot's current tile system is perfectly capable of meeting my project's needs? You know, I'm not sure. We're going to be trying to do some pretty messy stuff, like tile map rotation. I was actually talking to a developer at GDC, Auntie Games, really awesome. And they had an isometric 2D game called Gordlets, and it has, let me just bring it up. It has isometric 2D rotation. And I asked how they were doing this. And they told me, oh, there doesn't seem to be a good GIF of it. They told me the way they were doing it was by rendering the tile map 4 times and everything on the tile map, like all the characters and everything 4 times. So they were, every object they rendered for every possible camera rotation, and they just only showed you the current one. So we're going to try to do something different. We're going to have like a canonical tile map and like redraw it depending on what side you're looking at. Like, and I don't know if that's going to be better. I don't know if that's going to be worse. But that's what we're going to try. So tomorrow we're going to make a new dense tile map, and we're going to start checking out some different things here. Right now I'm just seeing like how much space I feel like I have to use. So I'm just making some layers here. I'm just seeing what our volume is. So I think it is what I was suspecting, which is I think our usable, I think considering we want some nice margins, I think our usable space is going to be approximately 16 by 4. So not 16 by 4, 16 by 16 by 4. So 4 layers of 16 by 16 tile map sections, which is still huge. That's still like a lot more space. I'm sure with enough creativity and optimization it can be done. Yeah, that is the beauty of Godot. Is it's all open source. So, you know, to say the tile map system can or can't handle it is like not a complete picture, because, you know, you can always extend the tile map to be able to handle it. Will it handle it out of the box? I don't know. Apparently the tile map system in Godot 4 is a lot better than it was in 3, because I know a lot of developers who have really not been, that were really not using it in 3, or were suspicious of it. So what do we have here? So we have, so our top margin is like quite good. So our top margin and our side margins are pretty good. I want to make sure we have space in the upper quadrants. I'm less concerned about having space in the lower quadrants, but I still want it because I want to be able to show ships or planets or environments or something. I want to be able to show something in the back. We're probably not going to use all of this space. We were just looking at the Kestrel. And the Kestrel is like a 15 by 6 ship, so it's pretty small. So if we were to render the Kestrel in isometric 2D, it would only take up half of one of these layers. So I feel like in terms of design space, 16 by 16 by 4 is going to be like more than enough. So I'm going to try to draw some stuff out on graph paper tonight, and we'll come back tomorrow and draw up a little compact ship. Okay, let's rename this. Maximum ship extents, just as a reference. -3 minus 13.3. Yeah. Is this the same here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 about on the bottom. Is it the same on the top? It's hard to say. I'm digging this harmonica. Okay, so it's 6. There's 6 tile spaces on the top. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, also 6 spaces on the bottom. Okay, perfect. So yeah, this feels pretty good. And there's 1.5 tile spaces, or 2 if you think about it like this. So there's like 2, which is fine because the tiles are 4 times as wide as they are tall. So 1.5 and 6, that's about the same. 1.5 across and 6 up. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, that's about all the time we have today. Sorry, it was kind of more of a boring, kind of just art and planning stream. Like we split up our doors so that we can render them as separate objects, because I'm realizing that we can't really have tile elements that are more than 1 tile large. Not if they're actual tile map layer elements, so we had to split up our doors. But I'm feeling good about this, feeling confident about what we're going to do tomorrow and Friday. Then we can really start to test out our wall peeling, or what I'm calling our cutaway system, which will let us peel back walls so that we can see through walls on a given tile map layer. So I think that'll be good. And as always, thanks for everyone stopping by. Moth, Modesty, Didine SG. Yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Let me know if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, Didine. But yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye.